Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'll be showing you guys some Master League battles with the triple Sinnoh legendary team with Giratina, Palkia, and Dialga. We will be getting a 4-win with this team, so watch to the end to see those battles. If you guys haven't already, please consider subscribing, liking, and turning notifications on. And with that being said, let's get on with today's video. For the first round, my opponent's first Pokemon is a Dialga, so this is a even start for us now. If he did have Dragon Breath, this would have been a bad start since Dragon will be doing neutral damage against Dialga, since Dragon is super effective against Dragon types but not very effective against Metal types. So we do see my opponent swap out into Mewtwo, so I will swap out into Dialga. I do swap out into Dialga since I do counter his Psychic types and his Ghost types and Ice types. Since Psychic, Ghost, and Ice will be doing not very effective damage against Metal types, Ironhead will also be doing a really good amount of neutral damage against him. So we do throw in the Ironhead out here. We do see a shield go through right there. I am going to mirror that shield since I do want to see the Pokemon that he does swap out to next. It is another Side Strike. Side Strike is a really strong Psychic type move, but you can only get it from the those special TMs. So my opponent does swap out into Groudon. He will be doing super effective damage with those ground type moves, since ground types are doing neutral damage against dragon types, yet not very effective. Yet super effective damage against metal types. So I am going to swap out into Palkia to counter those fire attacks and ground attacks, since fire and ground will be doing not very effective damage against water types. So that did do still a really good amount of damage. He will not be able to go for the farm down right here before I do get the Draco Meteor here. Draco Meteor is a really strong charge move. It will be doing so much neutral damage against that Groudon. So my opponent does swap out into his final Pokemon, which is that Palkia. Dragon Claw does go through right here. Dragon Claw will be doing a really good amount of neutral damage against him. So, okay, that was really good. We do have one shield left, so we will be able to counter his Draco Meteors and his Iron Heads. Those will be doing a really good amount of damage against us. It is only a Thunder. It may have been a Shield Bait. Thunder will be doing not very effective damage against Dragon types. So we do get the Giratina to feint that Dialga, and it does allow me to get that first round win. Good game to my opponent. For the second round, my opponent's first Pokemon is a Dragonite. So Dragonite will be doing super effective damage against my Giratina, but Giratina is way more tankier than Dragonite. So he does have a weaker Dragon type fast move. I do think that Dragon Breath is better than the other Dragon type moves that other people are using, but I think that his Dragon type move does allow your charge move to charge up faster. He is probably over farming or charging up to a higher energy charge move. So I am going to throw in the shield. Since he did also throw in a shield, there is actually Draco Meteor that would have fainted us actually. My opponent does swap out into Rhyperior, and I will swap out into my Dialga. So Dialga will be countering his rock type fast moves and his charge moves, but ground types will be doing super effective damage. I am also going to be able to counter those surfs from that charge move. So Ironhead will be doing super effective damage, but I am just going to go for the hard farm down right here. I am going to use the shield if he does throw in, but good thing he does not, and I do get a really hard farm down. My opponent does swap out into Tyranitar. Steel will be doing super effective damage against rock types, so we will probably see a shield go through. We do see a shield. Second Ironhead does go through. This will be doing so much super effective damage against him, since once again steel types will be doing super effective damage against rock types. So it is almost fainted. He does swap back out into his final Pokemon, which is Dragonite, and he does not get a And he does not get another charge move off before my Dialga does faint him. Good game to my opponent. For the third round, my opponent's first Pokemon is a Rhyperior. So Rhyperior will be doing neutral damage with those Smackdowns. Since Smackdown is a Rock type fast move, Rock types do neutral damage against Dragon and Ghost types. So I am going to throw the Dragon Claw right here. This will be doing some pretty good neutral damage. Okay, yeah, so we do get the Dragon Claw off right there. My opponent does throw in a charge move. I am not going to shield this since it may just be a shield bait with Surf. And it was actually a shield bait. It may have been a lock throw that would have done neutral damage against us. So we do see my opponent swap out into Dialga. Melmetal. So I am going to swap out into Dialga because of this to counter those Rock Slides. Rock Slide will be doing neutral damage against my Giratina. So I do know that Meltan can learn Superpower. That will give my Dialga a heavy hit, but we will be surviving with at least half health. Superpower is a fighting type charge move, so yeah. And fighting types are super effective against steel types. So my opponent does throw in a Thunderbolt right here. I am going to trade charge moves by throwing in a Iron Head right here. That did some pretty good neutral damage, and steel types are not very effective against steel types. So my opponent does throw in another charge move right here. I'm not going to shield. This may be a superpower. It is a superpower. He did get an attack and defense debuff. He will not be strong enough to just farm me down, so I am going to throw in a shield to get as much damage off with my Dragon Breath and possibly get that second Iron Head. So he does throw in another superpower that is an even more attack and defense debuff. My opponent does swap back out into Rhyperior. We may see a shield go through right here or not because he is low health, so he may just let it go. He did let it go. Steel types are super effective against rock types. So we did feint that Rhyperior with one hit. So my opponent does swap out into Charizard with the Dragon Breath, so I do decide to swap out into Dialga to counter those Blast Burns and those Dragon Claws more. So my opponent does throw in a Dragon Claw. Dragon Breath is taking out so much damage from my Palkia. I did think that he would have had Fire Spin, and if he did, we would have double resisted fire types. My opponent does throw in another Dragon Claw here. Dragon Claw will be doing super effective damage since Dragon is once again super effective against Dragon types. So my final Pokemon is a Giratina. He does have one shield left, and my Pokemon is not good health. But his Pokemon is even worse since he is in the red zone. This probably will be Rock Slide, Thunderbolt, or Superpower, neither of which will actually faint my Giratina. It is a Thunderbolt. We do resist that. We are going to throw in a Dragon Claw right here. We could have just gone for the farm down, but I do just want to get his shield off since I may need another Dragon Claw, maybe. So my opponent does have 1 HP left. We do just stick to the farm down instead of throwing in the Dragon Claw, but it does allow us to win that 4th round win. Good game to my opponent. For the 5th and final round, my opponent's first Pokemon is a Tyranitar. So this is really a bad start for us, since Tyranitar, if he does have Bite, he will be doing super effective damage. But for some reason, my opponent does actually surrender. Thank you for that free win. But yeah. Alright guys, so that will be the end of today's video. If you guys did enjoy, please consider dropping a like, subscribing, and turning notifications on if you guys haven't already. We are super close to 100. We are on the road to 100. But once again, please consider subscribing. It will really help a lot. And with that being said, I'll see you guys on the next video.